I'm basically, this is kind of an emotional story, so I'm going to get to the point. But what I'm going to tell here in just a second is the reason why people need you. Okay, I really believe that this is going to touch so many people because not only it comes from the heart, it's because it's real. Okay, and and the thing is that the reason why it's going to touch so many people is because they're going to look and examine their own lives, and they're going to say, well, based off what Anthony said, I haven't had all these problems that he's had, and yet it worked for him. There's no reason at all why it wouldn't work for me.
Yeah, totally makes sense.
I mean, I mean, I was homeless for 3 months when I lost my apartment in September, all because of a choice that I made because I trusted someone that I thought with a 5-year relationship, it was pretty solidified, and I come to find out that it wasn't. It pretty much cost me almost everything I owned.
Wow.
And so this is what I mean by I believe it will touch a lot of people because that was my first time ever. And I literally lived in my car for 3 months until I was able to get back on my feet.
Wow.
And the thing is, I mean, I'm still suffering from the mistake that I made last year. I try to explain to people all the time that you have to be very careful with your decisions and weigh all your options because your risks have consequences. I mean, your decisions have consequences.
Yeah.
And I had spent tons and tons of money or whatever and whatnot. I borrowed money from friends, everything just to survive, and whatnot. And honestly, I wasn't about to give up, but I literally had just lost hope just in reference of, does any of this marketing stuff really work? Is this all a scam? Does any of it work at all? Is it really just a way for gurus to make money? I had literally almost come to that conclusion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And when I jumped on the webinar with you, I literally thought it was going to be the same thing, just like everybody else. I really did.
Mm-hmm.
And as I got a chance to, as I got into it, you went ahead, you did the, everything live. I think one of the biggest things that actually made me give you all the respect in the world is because you mean what you say. When I heard that you were going to cut people out because they weren't paying attention, I'm like, okay, this is just really a threat. He's not going to carry through with it. And then you did. And then I said, I know I'm in the right spot because it lets me know when he says, I'm really here to help people. And you really need to be paying attention because this stuff is basically paid content, and I'm not charging you for it, and my time is valuable. That's what really made me believe that what you were showing really was going to work for people. And when I went ahead and I tried it, it literally just took hours, and I started having all these messages come up in my inbox. Some worked out, some didn't, but it really was enough to start filling my pipeline up to say, okay, I now can take this with these deals and I can leverage and I can turn around and invest back in my business. And I told my business partner who's been helping me, I pretty much told her, I said, I want to buy, once we're able to, I want to buy everything that Cory and Ira have. And the reason why is because of the fact is if you could, what he showed you for free and what he gave you for 30 days for free, and the fact that you took decisive action to go ahead and say, okay, I'm going to give this a shot. Because that's what it is. It's a shot. And after I did that and I started seeing these messages in my inbox, my life has just not been the same. Now I now have 3 funding clients I'm putting in my pipeline for business funding. I'm now starting. We just got a marketing deal yesterday for $1,000 a month.
Nah.
Yeah, we just got a marketing deal yesterday for $1,000 a month. And then also a few days later, now this was what was interesting, because when I ran the software, Cory, I only did the first connection. I didn't use the third or second or anything like
Sure.
that. And I had people from people that were connected to me on the third connection reaching out to me and say, I need to speak with you. And when I spoke to the one gentleman, he wanted to bring on, because he told me he committed. He's like, March 7th is coming. I want to go ahead and get in then. But not only do I want to get in, I want my entire family to get in, because you're the real deal. And when you constantly are continuing to have this success over and over and over again in reference of these leads, because I've pretty much been in sales now I'm 36. I've pretty much been in sales since I was, in elementary school. Once you get these people on the phone, once you go ahead and you sit down and have a discussion, I tell people all the time, you could either, one decision is either one of two things are going to happen. Either you're going to go ahead and sell them on a reason why they will, or they're going to sell you on a reason why they can't. And that's it. There's only two choices that can be made at that point.
Right.
And just the fact of what you offer, you just make things so simple, and things that people that I had tried to reach out to that wouldn't respond to me. Of course, they connect, but they never respond. They just connect and they just build their connections, but they don't respond. People that would never respond to me on something, the simplest message of the template that you sent, responded. And, I don't have tens of thousands of people or whatever and whatnot, or 5,000, 6,000 people on my LinkedIn. I've got a little over 1,000 people. That's all I have.
Right.
And that's really all it took. So what that proves is when you said about, you need about 1,000 people, you were exactly 100% spot on, because that's what happened. And so we're just continuing to grow every single day. And I try to explain to people all the time that, most businesses, it doesn't happen overnight. Sometimes it takes a couple weeks or whatever and whatnot. You find your footing, you get your ducks in a row or whatever, but then it just continues. And just, what this has done is, I actually listened to another marketer. His name's really not important, but he kept talking about perspective, and he hammered it really, really hard. And since he's done that, I've now changed my entire perspective in reference of what I was going to do with an agency model. And I'm actually going to start leading here in the next, probably, I would say by Friday. I'm going to start on the 1st. The LinkedIn method of what you teach, and then let it all branch out from there. Because this is where, in my opinion, everyone struggles. Because when you talk about the traffic, and without the traffic, you don't have a business. So, these nice websites are great. These web applications are great. All this stuff is great. But if you don't have the people to talk to, what good is all this other stuff, right?
Right.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I talked to my business partner, and we're actually going to get in. We're actually going to go ahead and get in on the 1st. She's an over-the-road truck driver, so I pretty much go ahead and do everything. And she goes ahead and supplies the money and so forth or whatever. But even though she wasn't able to be on here, I just wanted to say, from her to myself, thank you very, very much. It was a very eye-opening and a very humbling experience, and it made me believe again, is what it did. And for anyone out here that hears this, anyone that feels the way that I've been talking about, where you've spent all this money and these products are supposed to deliver and they don't, and this and that, if everyone follows to the letter what Cory, Sanchez, and Ira say, I don't see any reason at all why you wouldn't have success, because I literally was at the point to believe, does any of this stuff work at all? Or is this really just a way for people to go ahead and make money if you're willing to put in the effort? Now, the thing is that most people nowadays don't want to put in the effort. They expect some magic pill.
Yeah.
But I would have to say, out of the thousands upon thousands of dollars that I've spent on between coaching programs, trying to go ahead and learn how to do, affiliate marketing, just anything under the sun. This is literally about as close to a magic pill as anyone is going to get.